first we will start with the activity submitted to us by Mr. Jagan Babu sir via email. So sir has designed multiple choice questions. So there are 5 different statements: alternate choice question, one statement, short answer type question. So there are many statements that has been developed by sir. So Mr. Jagan Babu sir, are you there with us on the platform? Yes, Mr. Jagan Babu sir, are you available with us on the platform? The second activity submitted to us by Ms. Damanpreet Kaur ma'am. So Daman ma'am, are you there with us on the platform? I hope I'm audible to all of you.
Yes, ma'am, you are audible. I request all participants to kindly respond to ma'am.
Any member from the group who would like to participate in the activity? Yes, any faculty from computer science and engineering branch available with us on the platform?
Yes, madam. From
Thank you
Guru
very much, sir. Sir, there is one activity submitted to us by Mrs. Damandeep Kaur. So one by one, I am going to explain all the statements that have been designed, and my request to kindly provide your valuable feedback related to the statements designed.
Just
So
a minute,
if
madam.
there is,
Madam,
yes, sir.
at our mobile center, we are also preparing one. Only 2 minutes it will take. You can comment on that because
In
Damanpreet.
meantime, sir, we will start with another presentation that have already been submitted to me. So you can prepare any activity at your remote center. In the meantime, we are going to discuss the activities that have already been submitted to us. So, dear participant, the one PowerPoint presentation that is submitted by Mrs. Damandeep Kaur, as far as multiple choice questions are concerned, ma'am has designed 5 different items. The very first one is a collection of hyperlinked document on the internet forms the email system, mailing system, hypertext link markup language, and World Wide Web. World Wide Web. So this particular statement is accurate. The second statement, the stem is also meaningful, and there are 4 different options provided by them, and all are unique by nature and mutually they are not concerned or interrelated with each other. So the second option is also accurate as far as the statement is concerned. Third is which software prevents the external access to a system. Again, the 4 different options selected by ma'am is firewall, gateway, router, and virus checker. So again, all the statements, key and distractor are very accurate. FTP stands for. So when we are asking for the abbreviation full form, in that particular case, the question mark sign is not required, ma'am. Otherwise, the statement is accurate, that is being designed by you. The maximum length in bytes of an IPv4 datagram is, again, in this particular statement, when we are go for a numerical description or numerical option, the one need to decide either in ascending order or in descending order. We need to give these the options to the student. So, ma'am, in the question number 5 in MCQ, either you can select either in descending order or in ascending order. You need to give this numerical data. So, this is the correction I think that we need to meet over here. The second type of item designed as the alternate choice test item, and the variation decided as yes or no. WW is a part of the internet. A LAN is connected to a large geographical area. A computer is identified by 64-bit IP address. A set of rules that govern internet is called protocol. A hub is known as an intelligence device on the internet. So as far as the multiple choice test item and alternate test items are concerned, there are two statements that are interrelated with each other. In the first statement, that is a collection of hyperlinked document on the internet forms, email system, mailing system, hypertext markup language, and World Wide Web. And an alternate choice, the very first item asked is WW is a part of internet. It means the content covered by the student, that student is able to respond to the question number 1 in MCQ also, and in alternate choice test item the student is also able to give response to the question number 1. So if these statements are given in the same type of a question paper, in that particular case you need to avoid the repetition of the information in your question paper set. So that need to be considered by the faculty. The third feedback that I would like to give over here, in a short answer type question, explain is not the term to be used. So when we said explain short answer type, explain digital hierarchy of some phenomena. So what kind of explanation is desired by you? So this particular statement is not accurate. It is very vague. Maybe one student give explanation of in 5 to 6 sentences and another student explain the whole concept that is given in the literature. So when we are giving statements specifically for student assessment, the limit of response need to be defined. So explain digital hierarchy, that need to be defined very accurately. Another statement, compare pure and slaughtered aloha. So in what sense you need comparison? So these two statements are very vague by nature. So one can give explanation as per his or her choices as per the content covered by that candidate. So delimit the response in short answer type of the question. Next is extended response. Write a detailed note. So when on the ISO or OSI reference model, again this particular statement is very vague. What we mean by note in a paper? So what kind of explanation, what kind of description, what kind of detail you require, that need to be highlighted in the statement itself. When you said note, note can be in any form. So what detailed explanation you require, that need to be specified to that particular student. Define computer network, explain various types. How many types are there? How many marks you are going to give to this particular statement? So how many types you want your student to explain, and also explain disadvantage and advantage of each topology. So that again need to limit the response given in this particular statement. Explain the link state routing algorithm with an to example. The sentence forming need to be changed. Again, when you said explain the link state routing algorithm with and to example, with and to example need to be clarified to the student. So there are few of the feedback from my side. If there is any participant who would like to give feedback to this particular presentation, you are most welcome. Any participant who would like to add valuable feedback comments to the presentation? Yes, any member from the group? Any feedback for the activity submitted?
Madam, can we share our screen?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Now you can share. Mr. Akshay Kumar sir asked that kindly send the email. So, sir, you can also present on the platform itself.
Madam, we have used artificial intelligence subject for making this test. So this is the 5 multiple choice questions. The 8 puzzle problem have a total of dash in its state space. It has 9 factorial states.
This statement is accurate, sir.
Second is this figure below shows 8 puzzle problem with the start state and the goal state. Assuming that the heuristic H1 counts the number of tiles out of place. The heuristic value of the start state.
So, how much time is required for the candidate to complete this statement, sir?
Madam, if a student knows
Tentative
this,
time.
so this can be done easily. Even if you can do this, find out that like 4 is not at the correct place, so that is 1. 1 is not at the correct place, that is 2. 2 is also not, so 3. 8 is 4 is also not there. 5, 6.
So my basic purpose to ask you this particular statement is whenever we are designing such kind of statement, along with the weightage of the marks, we also need to calculate that how much time is essential for the student to complete the activity. Likewise, we will give weightage to the different statements.
Okay, ma'am.
Thank you very much, sir. We can move to the next slide.
Heuristics as solution to relaxed problems are usually dash because adding new action should only reduce the solution cost and not increase it.
Okay, this is again good.
If student knows, so it will be only 1 or 2 seconds. The predicate fx is true if x is my friend and predicate px is true if x is perfect. So identify the logical translation of the statement. None of my friends is perfect. So answer is A. If student knows, so only less than 30 seconds he will take to answer.
Fine, sir. This is again very accurate statement design.
In existential instantiation, the variable is replaced by a brand new constant not occurring in this or any other sentence in the knowledge base. The constant so introduced is called column constant. Answer is column constant.
Okay.
Alternate choice questions. We have taken 2 from AND or star. So AO star reaches the solved node in it always terminates. Is the statement true or false? AO star terminates with the solution when the root is labeled solved. State whether true or false. Rational agent always does the right things. State whether true or false.
Sir, whatever you written as the statement is true or false, you can simply add one line instruction. Is the statement true and false, and simply write 3 different statements below that.
Okay.
Student need to read this only once.
Yes, madam, we will do.
Okay, thank you very much, sir. Next slide.
Just a minute, ma'am. This is like 3 questions will be done very simply, quickly can be done. So we have made this one statement. Imagine you are in a party on Sunday and an exam on Monday. Too much food on Sunday could lead to lack of concentration on Monday, which could replace the probability that you pass the exam. Another consequence of reduced concentration could be stress with roommate as you forget to clean the room after dinner. Lack of concentration could also be due to allergy you have after the type of food which has been taken. So this is the graph for which again true or false has to be formed using Bayesian network. Like 3 questions.
It's a very good statement that is being designed, sir. So in alternate choice test item, again you are able to develop or assess the higher order ability of the student.
Yes, madam. We have taken this large statement for this 4th and 5th because this first 3 they will be done very quickly. So for this, it will take only 2 minutes to do.
Yes, it is the unique statement.
5th question is also based on the same question, but the figure is different. Short answer questions. So represent graphically the area of feasible region for the following constraint. So student has to represent it graphically. The area which comes under 3x, 3y plus x greater than 3, x greater than 0, y greater than 0. Extended and closed response. Identify the path in the following graph using breadth first search.
This is closed response type of statement.
Yeah. List the order in which breadth first search algorithm explores the following graph till termination, searching from left to right. But actually, most of the computer students, they know that breadth first search starts from left to right only, but then also we have specified that it should be from left to right. Assuming the Manhattan distance as a heuristic function to solve this problem, find the heuristic value of node J to the goal state. Start state and there is node J. From here, it has to reach the goal state. Is it okay?
Yes, sir. All the statements are very beautifully designed and there is no ambiguity, no vagueness that is given. So thank you very much, sir, for the wonderful presentation your remote center has designed. So thank you very much, sir. So any another member who would like to present? Yes, any another member who would like to present? So there is another activity that is submitted by Mr. Akshay Kumar, sir. So the very first question that is designed based on multiple choice, grinders grind the material principally by the action of accretion, compression, cutting and impact. So Akshay sir, can we change the stem of this particular statement? Yes, Mr. Akshay Kumar sir. Am I audible to you?
Yes, ma'am.
So you have written as grinders grind the material principally by the action of. Can we change the stem and make it more meaningful?
Okay, ma'am.
So you have written grinder grind the material principally by the action of. The action, the principle
Grinder
that is
grind
being
the.
used. Yeah. So STEM need to be more meaningful as far as your options are concerned. These are very accurately designed. So you want to know the principle of action, the basic principle by the use of which it is possible for the grinder to complete the action. So you need to reframe this particular STEM. The
Exactly.
second is which of the following is not used as a
Okay,
filter
ma'am.
aid. Again, the negative word need to be avoided as far as possible in teaching learning activities. So we can again change the stem of this particular statement as the filter aid. Which of the following is not? Following are the filter aid that can be used, or you change the different options and you can simply specify the following is the filter aid used for this, and this. So there are a number of material that have been
Okay.
specified, either change the stem of the question or change the different option. Size measurement of ultrafine particle can be expressed in terms of, so you want to specify the unit of the size measurement of the ultrafine particle can be expressed in terms of. So simply add one thing, that is unit of the size measurement. With the increase in the capacity of the screen effectiveness decrease exponentially, increase, remain unchanged. So this is very rightfully designed. Shell and leaf filter as compared to uh, plate and frame filter entails
Frame filter.
less, okay, facilitate filtration, provide more effective washing, all of the above. So in this particular case, sir, we need to think about one more option, or either you can delete one of the option in the first four statements. So avoid all of the above if possible for you. Alternate statements are slitter and cutting machine. Slitters are cutting machine, true and false. Ball for ball mills are made of. lead. Distillation is a unit process. Few conveyors are called scrappers. Mesh indicate the number of holes per linear inch. So these are very accurately designed, but up to the lower order ability, define sphericity, define filtration process. Okay. Extended, explain the working of any two screening equipment. So how many screening equipments are there in their syllabus, sir?
Ma'am, 5 equipments are there.
So you have given choice to the student to select any two.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. State all crushing laws. State, define, or state with an example, because it is an extended response question. So only state will not work. State or define all the crushing law with one suitable example each. So you need to broaden this particular statement. We
Okay,
need
ma'am.
more content as far as extended response are concerned. But do you think that in extended response question we need to give these kind of statement? State all crushing law. We can give a problem-based statement also to our student to do.
Actually,
So we
ma'am,
can,
these laws are not easy to handle,
okay.
or these laws are having one paragraph, at least one paragraph.
Paragraph is there, no, sir? This is only the memorization of information.
Yes, ma'am.
Short
Absolutely.
answer is again memorization of information. Alternate choice is again memorization of information. So we can think of any problem given to the student.
Okay, okay, ma'am.
Differentiate between dodge and black pressure. So that is again very accurate. So you can call for a labeled diagram. Instead of asking for the state all the crushing law, any labeled diagram, any working principle, any comparison, different forms of material, filtration, cleaning, back filtration. So there are many aspects in this particular subject that we can add for extended response type of a question rather
Okay,
than
ma'am. Thank
focusing
you.
on memorization. So thank you very much, sir, for the feedback provided.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank
Yes,
you very
any another
much.
member who would like to present? Another activity submitted by Ms. Pooja ma'am. There are multiple choice questions answer designed by ma'am. Alternate choice question answer, short answer type, extended and closed response question answer. So first we go by closed, extended and closed response question answer. The very first one, why it is easier to introduce nitro group in ortho or para position in phenol than in toluene, explained with the help of a structure. So very accurately designed, ma'am. Predict the product name, direction, and sketch the mechanism. Okay. Again, the difficulty level is a bit high. As far as this question is concerned, explain Miller indices and how they are determined. So again, the question is up to the level of understanding. So very beautifully designed, Pooja ma'am. Short answer, state the law of
Thank you
constancy
so
of
much, ma'am.
superficial angle, difference between this and this, three differences age. So Pooja ma'am, here we need to specify in the statement itself. Explain any three differences between this and this. How material related to air and electron affinity, which alkali metal exhibit a tendency of complexation. Also give reason to support your answer. Draw the structure of beryllium hydride. So these questions are again very accurately designed. True and false. Cutting a log of wood into pieces is a chemical change. Formation of manure from leaf is a iron pipe coated with zinc do not get rusted easily. Iron and rust are the same substances. Condensation of a steam is not a chemical change. Fine. Pooja ma'am, in the statement number 1, 5, 2, 3, 4, you can write it as 2, 3, 4, and 5.
Okay, ma'am.
A straight chain polymer comes under the homopolymer. Now, Pooja ma'am, see in the first statement you write as 5, 2, 3, 4 in numeric number. In
Okay,
the
ma'am.
statement number 4, 2, 3, 4, and 5 in another way. So
Okay.
uniformity need to be there. Otherwise, the statements are very accurately designed.
Okay,
So
thank you
thank
so
you.
much, ma'am.
Yeah, thank you very much, Pooja ma'am, for the submission. Yes, any another member from the group who would like to present?
Hello, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, we have already mailed a link to you for Google Form. Can you please share?
So do I need to fill this form, ma'am?
No. That is for the sharing. If you allow,
Okay, the very first statement is in
if
circuit
you want,
switching,
we can
line
share
switching,
our scheme, ma'am.
frequency switching, packet switching.
Yes.
Give me a second, ma'am. I hope the screen is available with all of you now. Yes, I hope the screen is available with all of you now.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you very much, sir. Ma'am, in the very first statement, you can shift the word switching in the stem itself. In dash switching system, resources are allocated on demand.
Right, ma'am.
Okay. A second statement, a noisy equipment or a loud speaking colleague interfering with your conversation is an example of physiological, psychological, physical, and sociological. This statement is accurately designed. Orders and directives are the example of downward communication, upward, diagonal, horizontal. Match the following process-based, product-based. Okay. Priority bits are used for which of the following purposes? Encryption of data to transmit faster. Ma'am, what is the accurate key for the last statement?
What is the key for this one? Parity between is used for the following purpose. To detect error. Ma'am,
To
third.
detect that.
To detect,
Okay, fine.
yes.
Because there is one statement that is odd one out.
Hmm.
Okay, so that is why I'm asking, it need not to be the hint for the student. So if the statement is to detect error, then it is accurate. Next is, that's all, ma'am, or there are more questions?
No, we have all the sections done, ma'am.
Okay. Next.
You'll have to move to the next section.
Okay.
No, it's been shared by me.
So they need responses for this particular statement. So we will click anyone of it.
Go to Google.
Testing starts only after program developed. Yes or no? Connotative words are more specific than denotative words. True and false. Complex job instruction should be presented in writing. So, ma'am, why we are using yes or no for the verse statement? Why not true and false?
That was just to give an idea that how different ways of multiple choice questions can be asked. It can be true and false also.
Okay. Due
We've
to this,
also
the
tried to
cheapest
create
statement.
an agree disagree question also. All the
That was
variations we have chosen.
just to add the variety into the different types of alternative questions that we can have in the multiple
Ma'am, when it comes to adding variety, so it can be the multiple choice item, alternate item, extended response, closed response. But when you selected altered response and variation selected for most of the statement as true and false. So for a one question
Yeah.
paper, you go by true and false only.
Okay.
Okay.
When we said
Right,
na,
we got that.
diversity in terms of item selection, not in their variation.
Okay.
Got it.
So
ma'am.
that for a student, there must be uniformity.
Right.
Define के पीछे क्वेश्चन मार्क नहीं आएगा मैम, that need to be corrected and listed all the 5 layers, इसके पीछे भी आपके क्वेश्चन मार्क नहीं आएगा, otherwise statements are accurate. Then extended and closed response test attempt. Elaborate 5 important strategies for effective participation in a group discussion. So what type of group discussion is it, ma'am? Is it academic group discussion or discussion
Yes,
related to
academic.
academic? So that need to be mentioned in the paper itself. Working for XYZ Software, you are responsible for conducting beta tests for a new release of an automated library management system. Which top 5 stakeholders would you invite to participate in these tests? So, ma'am, are you going to provide the list of the stakeholders to the students?
They already study in the subject that they have a particular 10 list of the stakeholders that are particular involved in the project development. So
Okay, so can we
they
change
study
the
about.
STEM in that manner?
Huh?
Can we change the STEM in that manner if the content is already with the student? So rather
They
than writing
study.
which top
There are
5
many
stakeholders,
stakeholders. Huh.
so can we change it as kindly provide the list of 5 stakeholders you would like to invite to participate in these tests?
Okay.
So when we
Okay.
write now which top 5 stakeholders, for me it is that you are going to provide me a reference list, and from that reference
Okay.
list I'm going to select. So we can
Okay.
simply write it as and list top 5 stakeholders you would like to invite to participate in these tests.
So
Right, ma'am.
which is to be replaced with enlist?
Yes, in list.
Any top
Okay.
5, any 5.
You want to apply for an internship in the domain of information technology, do your personal SWOT analysis for the same. Okay, fine. So these are very accurate statements, ma'am. So thank you very much for the submission, ma'am.
Thank you
Okay,
so
thank
much,
you,
Now
ma'am.
ma'am.
It was a great
there is
learning experience.
diversity, there is elaboration, there is content detail, all the parameters you have covered in the paper.
Thank you
Okay,
so
Thank
much,
you.
ma'am.
thank you, ma'am.
Thanks for your valuable feedback, ma'am.
Thank you very much, ma'am.
Nice learning.
So any another member who would like to present? So thank you very much all the participants for the first input session in which you have patiently listened to all the rules that is essential to construct these kind of item, and the second session in which we have designed one task for all of you, and many of the participants submitted their activity via email and also presented on the platform. So I hope with these kind of input and sharing of the information with each other, we all learned a lot. So Friday, I will again engage one session for all of you on the design of rubrics. So thank you very much for